how I stopped my panic attacks and my approach on anxiety. This might be the only video you'll need about this topic. When, why, and how to start taking control over it. Anxiety happens when you feel stress, worry, fear. High levels of these feelings lead to panic attacks. When this is happening, I name just a few sensations. Your heartbeat is racing, your palms are sweating, muscles get tense, your breathing gets intense, and you even start shaking. A panic attack can last from 5 minutes up to hours. It depends on every one of you. You start feeling anxious when you're still attached to a past experience, when you fear the present, when you fear what the future holds for you, thinking that what happened will interfere. Fear produces stress, worry, frustration, and more. I will give you a fear definition that you might have heard about. Fear is just false evidence appearing real. Getting back to anxiety, there is also good anxiety. The one you feel before a competition that you waited for, or the one that comes along with good news. It hits different. It depends on how you look at it. This is when you get to transform anxiety into excitement. Pro athletes use this trick every time before a competition. They transform anxiety into excitement just by saying this statement in their mind. And it works, always. And I just gave you the very first thing you can start applying when feeling anxiety. Start saying, what I feel now is not anxiety but excitement. You don't have to believe it, just say it. And make it a habit when anxiety kicks in. It will transform into an assumption, a new belief that will help you cope better with anxiety. When it comes to panic attacks, we'll take a bit more control and awareness, but it works. How do I know? I've tested it. Last year, I had my last panic attack. Due to some stressful events, we'll not get into those details now, a panic attack started. And I was shaking very badly, along with all the other symptoms. I used to experience its effects for about 30 minutes, recurring during the day. I had this going on for a couple of years, since 2018, from time to time. So I knew what was coming. At that point, I've had enough moment. And I said to myself, not this time, not again. What followed? I went to my bedroom window to be alone and get some air. And I was looking at my trembling hand, lifted up a little bit more to see the movements closer, and started to tense my fingers to maximum. While in my mind, I was saying again and again, with anger and authority, not this fucking time. I own my body. This panic attack is stopping now and never coming back. I am in full control of my body and mind right now. I'm functioning in full equilibrium. Not this time, not ever. Now you can imagine I wasn't in my high vibration at that moment. And yes, I do swear sometimes when upset, which happens very rare. What I did was take full control of that moment and observe it. Then I used my already tensed muscles and forced them to their maximum. I also used my fast breathing until I got control of it. Didn't bother to slow it down, but to speed it up even more, while holding the intention to make it stop with those affirmations, statements. I have never been so focused as I was in that moment. Never. It was all flow and intuitive actions. It was a fast decision to stop it. What happened next? I stopped the panic attack in under 2 minutes and never had one since. After that moment, I started to be very disciplined, more than before, with my habits, thoughts, and feelings, which eventually helped me to stop reacting to things I don't like and be more at peace with myself. There is no need to get to experience a panic attack, not pleasant at all, if you get to understand what makes you anxious in the first place. Regarding this term, anxiety, and knowing now what emotions bring forward, what if you'd start referring to those emotions and not to this anxiety? What if you'd start saying instead, I'm just a bit worried, even if you might be very worried. I'm just a bit stressed and will pass fast. It would feel more normal and you'll cope better because it is normal to go through all emotions while moving forward. Don't get stuck on labels and terms. The perspective you have on things changes everything.